Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Journey to Greatness, day 252 of 365 with David McDonald, the GOAT. All right. Let's get into this meditation routine. Good morning, AJ. How's it going? I will see you all on the other side. I just came up with a really, really good idea. I'm sorry to break you guys out of your trance, or out of your trance, out of your meditation, but I can't hold it in. I need to write it down. Okay, so check this idea out, you guys. So yesterday I was at my cousin's house. We dropped in on her to show some love, and I noticed that my nephew was sitting on the couch, and he was engaged with his phone, right? And then I noticed, and then my he was engaged with his phone, so I was like, okay, that's really cool, like obviously the way of the future. But then I thought to myself, then I thought about my niece and my nephew, my other nephew, he is an Energizer bunny. Like he will just like tumble across the room, like all like for hours. He'd just run from this side, go to that side, do flips, do tumbles, somersaults, do all these things. And um he's just there. And then my niece, she's really, really smart, uh, very mature for her age. But among the three of them, there's three different personalities. And so what I was just thinking is how powerful, because a lot of people say that, when I look at the youth, like I was talking about, I went to Evergreen high school the other day, and it was just very interesting, and I felt inspired to like give back, and I love children. I love children. So there was another idea that we're working on that that'll be in effect very soon. That's working with children, but this idea would be more along the lines of creating a boot camp for children, where you teach them how to meditate, you teach them how to journal, you teach them how to goal set at an early age. And so instead of waiting until they're 25 to learn how to goal set, or they go through the system, right? They go through grades 1 through 5, or 6 to 8, or 9 through 12. They'll put on like workshops every week, or like for 6 months, like a 6-month boot camp, and have it filled with like just kids. Can you imagine like a big room filled with like a bunch of kids just sitting there meditating like this? Like I've never seen that. I've never seen that ever in my life. How powerful that would be. How powerful that would be. You have kids sitting here writing in their journals, right? Writing goals. Like, okay, well, how do I write goals? What do I do? And then you explain it to them. Well, okay, this is what it means to be like a loving person, right? Amidst of everything else that you're experiencing at your home, in school, wherever. This like to show a kid like there's more to life than this. And then they go back and they journal about it. And then, you're talking about, you have kids of all different ages. So you have older kids helping younger kids, and they're reading their books of their grade level, maybe books of enlightenment, because kids aren't stupid, right? They know. But if you start introducing and planting the seeds in them really early, right, a boot camp would be perfect. 6 weeks, weekends, and you just market it to parents. But then you have kids who are coming and they're having these breakthroughs. They're having these breakthroughs. Well, what do you really want to do in life? Well, I like to do this. I like to do that. And then you have them write their goal. Man, that'd be so powerful. Have them write their goals out. Have evaluations. Help. Help get into their personalities. And then when we learn their personalities, right? These children, we learn their children's personalities. Then we can give these reports to their parents. Dude, mind blown. So a boot camp for kids, similar to the Journey to Greatness, where they can journal, read, and meditate at a young age. I'm talking like from, I don't know, however many age, I gotta have to figure that out, but 3-4 years old all the way up to 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, however, whatever age. Like, but there's there'd have to be like a cutoff. And then you have this range of kids, and you have everybody in the class or in the room supporting each other going to this boot camp. And then you could do one-on-one sessions. Oh man, that would be so powerful. So that's a really good idea. And I just got that while I was meditating, just watching and paying attention and thinking about my niece and my nephew. Like, how strong would that be? Because everybody says the younger generation is lost, right? Well, they're not lost. They just need a little bit more guidance. I've never seen anyone do that with kids. And to do that, I'll create the program. I'm going to create the program. And when I think that's something I'm going to do, because that feels right to me. Really powerful stuff. Dude, it would be, right? Because we're changing generationally, right? So it's like, and I see it in kids all the time. It's like I was saying, Marcus, I was over at the high school in here in Seattle, and some 14-year-old killed another 14-year-old, and I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you guys have so much power in yourselves, but then boom, it hit me. Like, just now, I was just sitting here meditating, and I was like, well, they don't know what they don't know. But like, to teach them skills and tools at a young age, like meditation, self-awareness, consciousness, pride, ego, spiritual, non-spiritual. And then obviously if the parents don't want to be involved in it, or they don't see a benefit, then the kid won't get exposed to it, which is cool, with some blessings. But for the parents who do know how important it is to be in touch with both of those sides of yourself, to do that at a young age, like have a kid walk in the room like, yeah, I know what ego is, and I'm not that. I'm humble. I have humility. I have gratitude. I'm thankful for the air that I breathe. Imagine a kid telling you that. I'd be like, oh man, come here. Come sit right next to me. Let's do this thing together. Anyway, so that's exciting. Oh, that's very exciting. And you know how many people you could have oh man, you could have guest speakers come in, people talking about their dreams, come in and talk to the kids and like show them different ways, like real estate, like early on, stocks and investments, like all kind of stuff. Like, oh dude. Stuff that they don't learn in school or they won't be exposed to in like a regular school setting, right? Sorry guys, I'm a dreamer. I guess I don't have any reason to apologize. But all right, so we just finished our meditation routine. Gosh darn, that's exciting. And we're gonna get into our reading routine. So our reading routine, I'm reading Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth. We're almost done with the book, and then we're gonna get into our next book here shortly. So I'll see you all on the other side here shortly. Wow. Okay, boot camp for China. Oh my goodness. Their whole life they would be able to enjoy this. I like that a lot. Oh man. Right back, guys. Right back. All right. Welcome back. So, we just finished our reading routine. I just had a grand epiphany of some an awesome idea that I think would be very effective for our young people. So, I'm going to journal about it. So, in the journaling routine, what I usually like to start off with is writing about what I'm most grateful for. And in the morning, that's waking up and being in perfect mental, spiritual, and physical health. Anything that I experienced yesterday, like for example, like this last week, I had 3 new listings, right, that are going to be coming on the market. And long story short, like I don't take those things for granted. So for that experience, for the opportunity to be able to sit and share space with other people, for me to have the capacity to explain myself and go over my material and present my material, that kind of stuff, I'm very grateful for. Right, the simple things, just being able to drive, have a car to get me from point A to point B, to carry all of my signs in the trunk, whatever it is, those things I'm grateful for. So I acknowledge every single little thing um, of the experience, right? And show my gratitude and how I could possibly get better. I can dissect an experience. How I could have managed my time, or how I could have moved this way or that way, whatever it may be. Any goals that I wish to manifest for myself moving forward. So if I have a goal to, help so many families, like, this year, let's just say in my profession, then I can goal myself to do that. Like, how am I doing on the journey thus far? Reflecting, like really getting into, you know, what you want out of this life. And then doing it by day basis, you show your gratitude by living in the present moment, acknowledging experiences that happened in the past, but then quickly detaching yourself from the negative ones, but carrying the positive energy of past experiences into today, into tomorrow, into 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road. So with the journaling, very powerful exercise if you're joining us for the first time, because it tracks your life. It tracks it'll be an autobiography one day, and imagine going into the Guinness Book of World Records for having the biggest book about you. All right, guys, I'll see you on the other side. Alrighty. Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back. So, we just finished our journaling routine. I'm feeling really, 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 really inspired right now. Um, and for those of you that didn't hear, I didn't read much of the book today, so we're not going to have much to review. So, we'll jump off early. But for those of you that didn't hear, um, as I was reading, I was inspired by three people: my nieces and my nephew. I noticed that one of them yesterday when I visited my cousin was on his phone and was engaged with his phone. And then I thought about other children or other people that I've seen, young people that I've saw. And then I remembered my niece and my nephew, and my niece, who's really mature for her age, really sweet girl. And then my nephew, who's just an absolute goofball. And the Energizer Bunny, he just runs back and forth, in rooms, does somersaults and things like that. um I thought about their engagement and like what it would mean for me to get them to sit down and meditate or to start unlocking their potential, right, at a young age. um and I thought about creating a boot camp. So I have enough people around me that are intelligent, creative, and unique that could build an efficient or help me build an efficient program. And it'd be a 6 week course. So I'll give you guys more updates on that. I really got to sit down and figure that out though, because I'm a certified life coach, right? So I give life coach sessions, or at least I have to do like one more step and then I'll be officially documented, right? So that'll happen this year. But I'm a life coach, and so um, uh, I'm pretty excited about this one, you guys. Pretty excited because we got to help the young people. We got to give back to young people. Yeah, we're however old we are, and we're like, yeah, manifest your dreams. Write your goals down. But imagine you have a 6-year-old kid, who comes, showing up with journals of just dreams and aspirations. Nobody can tell me no. No goal is too high for me to reach. Imagine like we're like grandfather, generation, 20, 30, 40 years down the road. And you got this kid over here who is generationally changing the function of life, like airplanes or boats or cars, right? You have a kid, like a young adult, who's tapping into their greatness because they're meditating and they're journaling and they're reading these materials. But then that's, it's within segments of a boot camp. So they still get to be kids. So they're not forced to do it all the time, but at least you're dropping, that knowledge, and the program will be built around, them retaining the information and getting taught it, right. And going through that course. And then it's up to the parents whether or not they want to continue the program. But then imagine, you have kids who go through this program, for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. How beastie they would be, teaching them about love and care and appreciating people and understanding class, right? Understanding that everyone's the same, which is contradictory to everything that they're learning in school, everything that they're learning societally, in the collective consciousness, some maybe even at home, empowering women, empowering young men. I think it'd be magnificent. So, woo, thank you, meditation. Download, baby. Download. All right, feel free to repeat after me. So, this is my life. I am aware. I take full responsibility for my reality and thoughts. I recognize I have the power to manifest the best possible life. A life of wealth, love, and peace. I truly believe I have zero limitations. I trust my instincts, God, and universe. I'm ready to transcend I have arrived, and so it is. Holy smokes, really? That's really powerful, right? Wouldn't it be? I mean, okay, sorry. I should probably jump off, but I agree with you 100%. Imagine, okay, kids have some of the biggest imaginations, right? Um, Imagine telling a kid, how would you like to have everything that you have ever thought about in this world? Imagine like how powerful that would be, you know? Um, I'm talking like kid, like 3 or maybe 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, like in that age range, and then you have young teenagers, right? Like imagine, okay, what if I told you you could have everything you wanted in this world, and the only thing you had to do were 3 things, you know? Like that type of conversation where it's like, okay, well, what do I got to do? Well, what do you know about goal setting? What? What do you mean goal setting? Do you journal? No, I don't like to write. Okay, let's start changing your mindset around what it means to write, right? And then you start, boom, getting them into the traditional way of life. Yeah, technology is important, and we need the technology to accelerate into the future. We don't need it, but it'll accelerate us and propel us into the future. But imagine, right? You have just like how my nephew, was meditating that one day. Remember at the other house, and he was telling his story, and I was asking him questions, and he was coming up with these like, oh my goodness, you guys, this is wild. My mind is so blown right now. That's how we give back. That's one of the ways we can give back. So anyway, all right, guys, I love you. Have an excellent day. Everybody who jumped on the messenger board. Good morning, Miss Miner. How's it going? Everybody who jumped on the messenger board, thank you so much. Everybody who's sending love through the camera, thank you so much. I hope you all have the best day of your life. I'm going to go plan a wedding today. It's coming next year. It's coming. Oh, I'm not supposed to say anything. Whoops. But neutrality. No, I'm just joking. Okay, so I'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 a.m. Peace.